Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I am Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to do something a little different. Now on my channel you can find all types of videos. You can find political videos where I channel my spirit guides and answer your questions and or just get general political information, predictions from them. Also, you can find videos on spirituality, on being a psychic and a medium, being an empath, all types of videos, ghost, mediumship, you name it. Today, we're going to actually do a channeled video. Now, I do and have always been able to channel. What that means is that I can go into a trance and allow a different entity to come through and communicate through me. Now, of course, I'm going to target or call up the entity or the energies that I want to speak to. You don't want to just put it out there that I'm ready to talk to whoever wants to talk to me. That's probably not a good idea. So in this case, I had a client last week this week, that just suffice it to say that she was doing some meditations and ran into some babushkas. Now, babushkas are grandmothers. Now, in my opinion, in my knowledge, they're Russian grandmothers, but I feel like a babushka would be recognized in much of any of the countries of the former USSR. So I think Ukraine would understand what a babushka is, as well as some of the other countries. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to channel a message from Russian, Ukrainian, and other babushkas in that area. What do the grandmothers have to tell us about what is going on? What can we learn from these grandmothers that have been through so much? Now, of course, these grandmothers are not ghosts. They're not earthbound spirits. They have crossed over. So they are, in heaven or on the other side or whatever it is for you. That's where they are, but they are very active in they're very active in their country and in the peacekeeping and in the as much as they can, spreading light to those that could absorb it and use it. So they're very involved, and I think it might be interesting to hear what they have to say. So we'll start that now. So what I'm seeing right now is a woman who appears rather short in stature, quite plump, honestly. She's wearing clothes that seem a little bit rough in a sense, as if the fabric is not very refined. She has a scarf tied around her head. It goes under her chin as well, so it's tied under her chin and it keeps it on her head. The picture she's showing me right now is she's pulling a sled, and not the kind of sled that we would be familiar with in this era. This sled is for transporting things. For instance, I feel that there's some sort of thing that looks like a root cellar that would be underground. It feels like I'm seeing a door. There's a little half building that sticks up out of the ground, and there's a door that closes. Now, this root cellar, I feel like, is a good 15 or 20 yards away. And she carries things out of the root cellar, many things. So she puts them on the sled. The sled is very useful. It snows a lot where she's at, she's telling me. Snow is a way of life, is what she's telling me. She's showing me her home. She's showing me how she retrieves pickled borscht. What is borscht? B-O-R-S-C-H-T, borscht. I don't know what that is. And then also she has jars and jars I feel like she also stores cans in there as well. If she has extra canned goods, they would be stored in there as well. But these jars, I don't know what's in there. One looks like some kind of eggs, pickled eggs. There are various things, various types of food that, oh, she's saying that they can, in the summer, special treats, something that looks like beets. You can them in the summer, and then in the winter, when you're very tired of the cold and the snow, you can have a sweet taste from the summer of something that you grew in the summer. It brings summer back to you. You experience summer again through the food. It's a bright spot in your winter. And also it's obviously food. It's food because you don't have so much food in the winter. You have some staples, but what she's showing me is, okay, so she's now switching to, she's showing me a war zone. I don't know, are you in Russia? Where are you? She's in Russia, but she wants to talk about Denmark, but I don't know why. I don't know who is in Denmark or what is in Denmark. But she wants to talk about, yes, she's in what we call Russia. She calls the motherland or something like that. Yes, and she says, yes, it's war. It's war. It's hell. She says it's hell. Too many young men died. A lot of civilians died. People died of poor hygiene, like dysentery. They died of famine. They just died of not having good access to medicine or food, and also of exposure. If you had any sort of way to heat your house, meaning wood, various soldiers would take it from you. That was really, they would just take whatever. If you had wood, they would just take your wood. They would take your source of heating. It was very hard. So this is, she's saying that she's been through this. She's been through war. She understands what it is, even though she's saying that the war that she experienced was not as fancy, technical with these missiles and things that she sees now. She says these things have made war very easy. She says she feels it's very easy to fight a war now because it's you push a button and a missile goes and it destroys something, and you don't see the people that you're shooting so much. It's gotten way too easy, impersonal. She says very impersonal. So now she wants to talk to me about this thing that these babushkas are banding together. Thousands of them. She says the Russian babushkas and the Ukrainian or the Slovakian, Hungary, wherever they are, they're all the same. They're all grandmothers, and they've all lost kids to a war. It's this thing is everybody has experienced this. A cousin, a child, a husband, a brother, a father. Everybody has lost somebody to a war. These babushkas want to talk about peace. They want to talk about how put your weapons down. They want to see more women in positions of power because they feel like women wouldn't be so war hungry, so war minded, because women, bear children, and they understand being a mother, and they understand life more than men do. It's more intimate for women to experience life. So she feels like women coming in power would be better. She's saying that Putin is a bad man. She's saying Putin is a bad man. He's terrible. He doesn't care about his people. He doesn't care about his citizens. He only cares about his own money, his power. She's showing me the czars. She's saying he's just a czar. Same thing. And also much like Stalin. she's saying to me, Poland has changed so much and become more democratic. Why couldn't Russia follow that role? Why must Russia stay in the Dark Ages? She has she has children that are living in Russia right now. They are grandchildren, great grandchildren, maybe looks like great grandchildren. This person, I'm seeing a man, I'm seeing a middle-aged man. Minding his own business, not protesting, but also not pro-Putin, trying to mind his own business, keep his head down, do his own thing. She also says, just like grandmothers everywhere, that he didn't have enough children. They all want the grandchildren. He doesn't families. Oh, don't get her on that subject. Families are not families anymore, in the sense that, not that she's saying anything about gay people or trans people or anything like that. She's saying that the people that are straight and want to have kids are not having kids, and there's not enough kids. We need more children. Children are the way of the future, and people are choosing not to have so many children. And she really thinks that people are depressed. She says they're depressed. She says this son of hers is depressed. I mean, she says he doesn't know it and he doesn't think it, but he is, because he's not really living. He's hiding. He's doing the bare minimum. He does something in computers, according to her, but I'm not sure she understands exactly what that means. He works in an office anyway. I could see that much. I think he has one child, and I think he's divorced. So moving on, she wants to talk about her own family. Moving on, I was going to ask these babushkas what they're doing, or what they can do, or what anybody can do worldwide. I mean, here we are in America, but we're also watching this video from places all over the world. And what can we do to help our leaders wake up and understand that no one wants war, that it's not worth the war? So it's true. She says we're sending light. She can feel the light, okay? She says from her vantage point, again, wherever you think this is, the other side of the veil or heaven or whatever you call it, from her vantage point, she says Ukraine is being lit up. She's showing me it's lit up in they're like pinpoints of light around the country that are emanating brighter and brighter, but not so bright that the whole country just becomes a white blur. I can still see the pinpoints. I can still see the outline of the country, but there's these glowing pinpoints that are from us, are from the light workers, are from us praying for Ukraine, for us sending light to Ukraine. We are making a difference. She's telling me, she's actually getting very emotional right now, which could cause me to be emotional because I'm connected to her energy. She's saying that, look at this, look what you're, and she has a very thick accent. She is speaking in English, but she has a very thick accent. Look at this, look what you're doing, look what your hearts are doing. Your hearts are lighting up Ukraine, and it's making a difference. And she says that the grandmothers, the babushkas, they have joined forces. They've come away from their families on the other side and joined together in this. They too are praying. They too are praying from their angle, their vantage point, their energetic location. They're praying as well, adding light. It's quite beautiful. It's very beautiful that what is happening. We are blessing Ukraine. We are lifting what this white light is doing. Is those doctors in those hospitals, those that aren't even hospitals, that are underground, whatever they are, bunkers. Those doctors and nurses and staff and volunteers They're working 24, well, they're working 18 hours a day, she says. They get 3 hours of sleep typically, so that would be a little more working than 18 hours, but they've been sleeping very little. They're very, very tired. They're malnourished. They're dehydrated. They don't have enough water. They don't have enough water. It's getting unsanitary because of the bathroom situation is becoming unsanitary, she's saying. It's extremely stressful. But she says that our light, the light that we're sending to these doctors and these nurses and these volunteers, and what it's doing is it's holding them up. It's lifting them up ever so much, lifting them up, just giving them that extra little lift so that they may finish that particular shift or do that, 10 hours of work or 18 hours of work. Someone has delivered candy bars. They've gotten candy bars. This is really important because it's like a sugar burst, an energy burst, but it also is it's a mood helper, amplifier. I don't know how that food got there, but it's getting there. She says there's so many angels. She wants to talk about the angels in Poland. She wants to talk about the angels. I mean, when she says angels, she means people. She means these people that are literally pouring their hearts out, buying, like I see a citizen buying a bunch of food and handing it to someone in a bag, just a regular bag. And I mean, these candy bars or these bottled waters, a tea, hot tea. I see hot tea. I see, like things like sanitary needs, like tampons, things that you don't really need, quote unquote, but make it so that you have a little comfort of home. Also, I'm seeing some sugar. These angels just hand over this bag to whomever. It could be a military person, it could be a journalist, it could be anybody. And they say Godspeed, and that food. This is so interesting. You would think that these soldiers would eat this food. I mean, honestly, let's face it, they're under a lot of stress too, and they may not even make it to the hospital for a week, but I see the soldiers guarding the food, like guarding it like it's money, and yes, they do eat some of it, but it's a big, there's so much pride. There's so much pride in these people that they want to take care of each other, and they want to be responsible for each other, and they want to help. They feel connected to each other in such a strong way. And I see these people making it to these outposts or these hospitals or whatever it is, and in giving a box of tea. I just can't tell you how important that is to those people. Of course, they also tried to bring them nutritious foods, like fruit. I'm seeing bananas, I'm seeing fruit. I'm seeing like some sort of spread that would be non-perishable, like a peanut butter. I'm seeing raisins, things that would last a long time. Again, raisins have quite a bit of little energy in them. So I'm seeing lots of those things too. But it's the little things like a piece of chocolate that makes someone, that lifts someone. It's interesting, right? I mean, just a little sweet thing or a cup of tea could make it seem all normal again. It can make things seem normal again. So I see this soldier. I see that this food is tucked into his vest, or it's on his person. It's not in a backpack where it can be left. I mean, telling you, this stuff is like it's gold. And that's really emotional. I'll try to do this. I swear to God, I'm going to cry. because I'm so connected to her energy. I'm literally there. It's as if I'm remote viewing, and possibly I am, but I see this soldier making it to the hospital and giving the piece of candy to a child that's there. It's everything. I can't express enough how important these little luxuries are. You've been eating bread, not much else possibly for a week, and to have a little piece of chocolate or have some coffee or tea, or just these little things that are just so minor, but they're so important. She's showing me. I took off with that man. I don't know what he's not. He's Ukrainian. He's not a volunteer from another country. He's Ukrainian. I can't. I wish I could explain to you guys the pride that these Ukrainians have. They are literally in it till the end, and they will die gladly protecting their land and their people. She's in Ukraine with me. She's disgusted by Russia, to be honest with you. She's disgusted by her homeland because she says that things are normal there. She says that it's not. The sanctions haven't done much to hurt the average Russian yet, anyway. And they are going about their business. They feel they don't want to be judged. They don't feel like it's their fault, like it's our crazy president. And then she's pointing to our past crazy president, Trump. When your president goes crazy and does things in other countries, and how do you feel about it, and what do you do? But she's disgusted with them. She has somebody in Ukraine. She has a daughter. It's a daughter and a granddaughter. The granddaughter is in Ukraine, I think in Mariupol, over on the east. Not good. She says she's okay. She checks on her. She's in she's just now telling me air raid siren. She's not in an air raid siren. I think where she's at, she's experiencing an air raid siren. She's showing me her granddaughter. I don't know how much more this I can take. Her granddaughter is a thin woman. She has short, shoulder length, blunt cut hair that is sort of like a dark brown. I feel like there's I don't know what her age is, but she's not, she must be at least 40. And she's sitting on the floor, and her knees are drawn up to her chest, and she has that 1,000-yard stare that you see in pictures that soldiers have when they've seen too much and they can't come back. They can't come back to any sort of reality that is normal, because they can't get back there anymore. And she has that stare. It's just she's I don't know. She's shell-shocked. They're saying. She has a daughter. So this woman must be older than 40. She must be more like 55. She looks young, but as I look closely, I feel like there's some gray strands in her dark hair. I feel like she has a daughter who's on the west side of Ukraine, who's maybe college age or closer to college age, and has gotten out. I think that's the one that's in Denmark. She was mentioning Denmark in the very beginning. Somebody's in Denmark. Okay, so I want to go back for some levity. She did mention something funny when she was talking about us lifting them up with white light. She says that some of us are sending white light to Putin, and almost made me laugh, but it was so sad to see that soldier. It still chokes me up. The thing that made me laugh was she said that sending white light to Putin is going to blow him up, which was funny. She shows the white light being like a white light missile that hits him here in his solar plexus, and it literally just lights him up, like it blows him up. He can't handle the white light. His vibration, his whatever it is, his energy cannot handle this white light that everyone is sending him. She says, so we may want to lift him up, like put your white light, your hands have energy, right? So put your hands under his feet and lift him up. Also, she's saying, this is interesting. She's saying put a halo around his head, meaning to create innocence around his thinking, create divinity around his thinking. We're just hitting him in the chest over and over again with white light. I think this guy, and I'm not going into his energy, but I feel like if I did, I would feel like I'm having heart palpitations or I'm having some problems in my solar plexus area, either stress, pressure, heart palpitations, reflux, all kinds of problems all around here in my chest. I feel like there's so many people shooting a column of light at his chest. So I think it's interesting that she talked about putting a halo around his head. She's talking about, so I don't know who that is. She's talking about one of his, it's not a general. I mean, it's complicated, right? So I guess he has generals that are like military, and then he has a special unit that protects him. That's not the military. It's a completely separate group it's like our Secret Service, she's saying. Like in America, we have Secret Service that protects our president and our vice president, and that's what he has, is this group of people that's like the Secret Service. But she's saying that I wouldn't mess with this woman. I'm telling you right now, this babushka is for real serious. I would not mess with her. She's saying that this guy, this man who is in charge of the Secret Service. I'm just going to call him the Secret Service because I don't know what they are. He's in charge of them. He's an older man. He's not as old as Putin. He's maybe in his 50s. I don't know. I heard 56, but I don't know. But anyway, she's saying he has hard choices to make. Hard choices to make. And I feel like she's telling me that he's being pushed to somehow remove Putin. Now, I don't know that it's violent. I've never said, and not saying at this time, that I want for him to cross over or to die. I'm not ever saying that. I'm not saying that now. I'm simply telling you what the energy suggests, and I'm also telling you what this badass babushka is talking about. So she's telling me this guy has hard decisions to make. Also, whoa, I just saw Lukashenko. What does Lukashenko have to do with this? So, oh, right. So if Putin is deposed, okay, let's just use that word. If he's deposed, regime change, there's a power vacuum. And to be honest with you, nobody wants the job. It's like the Secret Service group doesn't trust the military. So they don't want to put a general in there. That is like a no-go. That is like a no-go. They do not like each other. And I feel like if a general was put in Putin's place, the general would get rid of the Secret Service, right? He would just have his own military support him. So there you go. I mean, that's a power struggle. And he doesn't want this job. I'm going to tell you right now, the man doesn't want this job. And I think I do think that there is an oligarch this oligarch thinks that they can bring Russia into this century, into the 21st century. And of course, they're going to make a bunch of money, as well. But there is an oligarch who has his own thoughts about how to move Russia into the next century, how to repair the oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to finish that thought, though. To repair the damage that's been done, the geopolitical, the allies, the world is against Putin and Russia now. This guy is I feel like a city slicker. She's telling me he's like a city slicker, right? What does that mean? He's like a businessman. He's kind of full of himself. But unfortunately, there is somebody else who wants to come in. And I had an inkling of this earlier today. There is someone who wants to come in who is even more like a Stalin, even worse than Putin, in the sense that Putin looks the other way. Like right now, Russians can get on the internet because they can just get a VPN and pretend that they're in Poland, and the internet thinks they're in Poland. So now they can't make money. They can't get money from PayPal. They can't get money from YouTube. I mean, there's definitely things that have stopped, but I feel like there's another energy that wants the Iron Curtain to go down. And that is also what Putin wants. That is also what Putin wants. But Putin, this person who I feel like is a military general, okay? I'm seeing that they wear those big hats, those big, military hats, but they're kind of a little bit oversized. And I feel like he's a general or a major general. And he feels like Putin is weak. He feels like Putin is weak. Putin is manipulatable, very easy to manipulate. Not strong enough, surprisingly. But Putin does look the other way. He lets the oligarchs do all these things, right? And have all this money and success and celebrity in the West. And Putin looks the other way for that. But this guy wouldn't. This guy would bring everyone to heel. I heard bring them to heel. A military junta. Isn't that how you say it? Junta. A military junta. Isn't that an overthrow? Holy moly. Babushka and I need to get the heck out of Dodge. I don't even like this anymore. She says you're safe. She's about 4 foot tall. And she's about 3 foot wide. So I don't know how safe I feel. She's like a bowling ball. Okay, sorry. And I mean no disrespect. I know. If I keep eating like with what I've been eating, I'm going to be right there with her. Okay, so, I got to shake this energy off. Okay, so what else can you tell us what else can you tell us, Mrs. Babushka? We're doing the right thing. Americans are coming together. She also wants to bring up the Canadians, the British, all the European countries, the EU countries, Australia. She says this is bringing the world together. She says that NATO is likely to grow by several countries in the next 3 years. She says this is going to bring the world closer together. If there is a silver lining, it is this. Also, she's saying that, look, not everybody is Ukraine. Not everybody has the courage, the valor of Ukrainians. But this is a cautionary tale for other countries that want to invade. Like, so China, it's a cautionary tale for them when they think about maybe taking over a country, or any of these other autocracies. Authoritarian, are they autocracies? I don't know. They use these words and I don't have a chance to look them up. Authoritarian countries, they will not. This is gonna bring peace. This is gonna bring peace, because we all see with our own eyes, without any censorship, what is happening in Ukraine, and we're absolutely aghast at it. And also, the world will now hold us to a new standard, meaning that because Ukraine was a democratically elected president and a, whatever you want to call it, developed, civilized, whatever you want to call it, developed country, much like, Poland. I mean, there's not much difference in those things. In a lot of countries in Europe are very similar to Ukraine. We stood up for Ukraine, but she says now we need to stand up for those other places where people are being also harmed and killed. And I'm thinking countries in Africa, I'm thinking Afghanistan, I'm thinking Syria, I'm thinking Iraq. So we can't turn our eyes, we can't turn a blind eye to this in the future. The various citizens of the world will hold us accountable, because we can't be for Ukraine and not be for Syria, or not be for other countries. Now, the difference is that these countries are not democratic. I mean, they don't have a strong government. They're not, it's a very unstable situation. So that's part of the problem there. But she is saying that we will start siding with more humanitarian aid. I don't know. She's telling me, she just showed me her granddaughter. The granddaughter is in Mariupol. Where's the Navy? Is that on the water? Anyway, I don't know. She's talking about Navy now, boats. I just want to ask her a question. What question do I want to ask her? Well, first of all, I want to thank her. I want to be so grateful to her for spending this time with me and showing us what's going on and giving us her viewpoint, and the feedback on what we're doing is working, is helping. And I want to say that I will pray for your family, as well as all the families that are being affected. But I won't ever think I will forget her granddaughter sitting on the floor. She's saying America is doing the right thing. We're doing the right thing. She's very happy that America is doing the right thing. And also she says Canada. Again, she's bringing the other countries into this. All the countries of Germany and Poland, all these countries, Australia, all the countries that are sending help. Even China is sending some help. She's very, very, couldn't be more happy. We're making the difference. She's saying we're making the difference. Continue to support it as it goes into this next phase, which I think might be some sort of weird, I don't want to call it a stalemate, because I don't think it's a stalemate. I don't think Russia is equal to Ukraine. Therefore, I don't think this is a stalemate. But I would say that it could be some sort of extended ceasefire that has not exactly complete ceasefire, but it's a part of, so 3/4 or 80% ceasefire. It's enough that we can get some people out, some injured out, so we can get some food in. It's enough that we can do those things. Keep putting pressure. Oh, I see. I'm sorry. I got your message. keep putting pressure on our elected officials. Everybody, she doesn't want everybody to forget about Ukraine. Once this is over, quote unquote, over, Ukraine is missing. I mean, it's been pulverized. There's nothing. Some of these cities are literally flattened. There's nothing left. They're going to need immense amount of help, immense amount of aid, in every capacity. She says, so please, if you're hearing this message, please continue 6 months from now, 3 months from now, and this could be over in a month, but it's the 3 months from now, the 6 months from now, it's the 1 year after, the war, that they're going to need immense amounts of loans and aid. And that's what she's asking us to do. Continue to write your congressman, your premier, your leaders, your senators, whoever it is, your president. Continue to demand, continue to bring it up and put it in front of them. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones. We're the gears. She's showing me gears in a wheel, and the interlocking gears make it move, right? So we are the gears. We're the thing that makes it go round. Don't forget about Ukraine. That's, I think, what her parting message is don't forget about Ukraine. Hold us in your hearts. And in return, she's going to hold us in her heart. And so will the babushkas. They pray for us. They pray for our health and our well-being as well. So they are aware of the help that they're getting, and they pray and they lift us up as well. So that's a beautiful sentiment, and I'm going to leave it there. I'm gonna let her go back to her work, and apologize for calling her a bowling ball. I'm really sorry about that. She's laughing. When she laughs, I think she's missing a tooth. She's just so, what's the word when you have a big personality? She just has a big personality. Like, she laughs, and her eyes are blue, I think, or gray, hazel or gray. I'm not sure. But she's quick to smile. She's not a dour person. She's not a sad person. She told us we were blowing Putin up, and that tickled her. So she, oh Lord, I got to get off of this call, because now she's asking me why I'm not married and why I don't have kids. So I gotta let you go, Mrs. Babushka. Take good care, Mrs. Babushka, and all the rest of you. And I just have to say this. Oh, how beautiful. I can't handle this. Oh my God. Grandmothers. I can do it. Grandmothers all over the world are joining them. Latina grandmothers, grandmothers, Japan. I'm seeing grandmothers from all Argentina, South America. I'm seeing United States, Canada, of course, the whole North America continent. I'm seeing grandmothers from, I really can't do this, from Africa. It's amazing, you guys. It's absolutely amazing. You cannot imagine the power of all of these women. And they're all so different. And they're all dressed different because they're from their cultures. And they're all different colors. But they're all together. And they're all supporting us. It's absolutely amazing. And with that, I'm going to sign off. Everybody take really, really good care. The grandmothers are taking care of this. The grandmothers are with us. We have support. We have our grandmothers. We have our grandmothers here. Take good care, everybody. I almost made it. I hope